know, I'm known for winning comps. Hold on, sorry, I had a pop up. I'm known for winning comps. Everybody from other orgs that knows me knows that I tend to win a lot and I get targeted very early in Big Brother games. So I wanted to win when it was important and not very early on. I wanted to figure out where everybody was. So I was definitely testing the waters early on. I did win three HOHs. I think they were all three of them came in crucial times for my game and for the people that I was working with. Um, and very early on, the people that I started to trust, I let them know I wasn't necessarily playing a team game. I know this is a team game, but the people that I talked to, I was honest with. I had relationships on both sides, and that's how I plan to play the game with people that I trust and with people that I vibe with and play a straightforward game. Um, Other than that, I feel like I've made put myself in very good positions to make it to the end, especially come jury phase when I definitely turned it up. I did win the first HOH coming into jury. I was definitely outnumbered. With the team dynamics, I know I wasn't necessarily playing a full-on team game, but you're still completely outnumbered with teams. If you find yourself on the block, you can find yourself in a lot of trouble. So definitely had to even out the numbers, and as you can see, we did do that when we got four teamed out people out back to back to back to back, as everybody saw the pattern. I feel like I had a lot to do with making sure certain people were saved and certain people were on their way out the door. With that being said, I'd love to talk more throughout my questions and give the floor to Chris.
Awesome. So I too want to just thank the host for an extremely fun game. It was definitely a long and hard battle at times, but I'm very thankful to be here. For those that are here tonight, jury, I had a blast playing with you guys, and I hope you enjoyed playing with me as well. I do want to keep it short and sweet to leave some space for jury questioning, but I did want to kind of just highlight a few things. So I did have 12 comp wins, 4 total HOHs, including the final eviction. I had 4 POVs, 2 of which I saved myself. I was a nominee 3 times, but I was never a final nominee, which means I did not receive any votes to evict. The 2 times I did it, I was able to save myself, and then the 3rd time, I was a safety comp winner. So all 3 times I was able to pull myself off the block. I had 2 power comp wins. One of those was to get Kenny out of the house. And the second one I did not have to use. I was a winner of part 1 and part 3 of the final HOH. And I was 2 times the lone vote to evict, so at final 4 and at final 3, both of which were the 2 individuals who did put me on the block, so Jazz and Angela. So I was able to kind of turn that around and able to evict the 2 people that put me on the block. I did have 1 alliance the entire game. That was the Coming Soon Alliance with myself, Davey, Michael, and Manny. I was most loyal to the 4 of them, but in particular, Davey was my final 2. So my loyalty would have been to Davey had we gotten to that point. I do feel like I had good connections with Laurel, Ashley, Chris, Johnny, and Jazz as well, periodically throughout the game. I do think my biggest move was using my power to nominate and get rid of Kenny, specifically to protect myself and Davey. Both of us were not in good standing with Kenny, so I was happy to see him go because of that. Toughest parts of the game were losing Ashley and Davey back to back, and realizing Angela was connected so socially to my remaining alliance members that it was very difficult to get rid of her. So I had to do it myself at final 3. I do have a little bit of talking points for each of the jury members, but I can save that for later if anybody wants to hear those. But again, I'm just thankful for the opportunity to be here and ready for jury questions for what's next. Thanks, everyone.
All right. The first jury member that's here to give a question or a statement is Davey. You could come on camera and unmute your mic.
Hi, sorry, I'm at the airport. Congratulations to both of you. You both are in my lines. I'm really happy to see you here. This vote is very hard, but I would love to hear from both of you. Let's start with Michael. Michael, what is one move that you did in the game that didn't help out Team Tamika?
Hi, thank you for the question. One move that I made in the game that didn't help out Team Tamika is during basically the first half of the game. Like I really didn't really push for those comp wins in the early stage of the game. As you can see, like I didn't push for those veto wins, and I let my team go one by one by one. I didn't trust Mason. I didn't trust Danny. I didn't really have a good relationship with Sinead, so I made sure I let all of them go until it was boiled down, until the point of the people that I did rock with. I rocked with Corinne, I rocked with Paige, I rocked with Johnny, and I rocked with Angela. And those are the people that I felt like were good for my game. And Corinne was the first one to go right before jury.
And my second question is, in what area of the game do you think you did better than Chris?
In my area of the game, what I think I did better with Chris is, especially post jury phase, I felt like I was in the beginning of the jury phase when we're evening it out. He was pushing to get rid of the people that I was working with, and the biggest voting block that I feel like that affected the jury phase was me, Angela, and Manny. We did have an alliance called the Brew Crew, and that alliance definitely held down the votes when whoever was on the block. We definitely saved Angela time and time again, and Chris time and time again was like, she needs to go. But she was better for my game, so I wasn't ready to let her go. And that helped me out in the end, because whether I won, whether Angela won, whether Chris won the final HOH, I strongly believe that I would have been in the final too.
Thank you, Chris. Same thing to you. What is a move that you did that did not help Team Val?
Honestly, my entire goal was to get Team Val as far into the game as possible. I did not succeed in doing that just because of unforeseen circumstances. Unfortunately, I did not win the challenges that I should have won or could have won to make that happen. I think it kind of just spiraled when Ashley left. But my ultimate goal was to get everybody from our remaining group from Team Val into the next phase, and then include Michael in that as well. I would have loved to have Michael in there as well, but yeah, unfortunately, I did not get the chance to do that.
Thank you. And last but not least, what is one thing that you did better than Michael in this game, like in all the aspects of the game?
I think I was able to navigate the difficult situations better. I think I was probably put up, especially towards the end of the game, into more trying circumstances. I think Michael did set himself up pretty well towards the end. But my back was against the wall, especially in the last like 5 cast members left. And I just kept battling and battling, and I was able to pull out several comp wins to save myself and get myself to the end. So I think when my back was against the wall, I played better than what probably Michael did.
Thank you both so much. I'm so happy that you both are the final two. I love this matchup. It's Team Val versus Team Tamika. The entire season has been like this. Good luck to both of you.
Thanks so much, Davey.
Thank you.
Thank you, Davey. Next up is Laurel. You have the floor.
Hello, everyone, and congratulations. Can you hear me? Can you raise your thumb up? Okay, perfect. Sister Michael, you were the first HOH in the jury phase, and you nominated me because I was one of the 2 votes who voted to evict you in the last vote in the pre-jury. So what should you say to me right now to get my vote now that you're in the final
I appreciate it. I think if you put yourself outside, we did win that HOH together right before, and like that's the very first time that we had that kind of social like crossing there. So I mean, going into the jury phase, my thing was making sure I set it up with the people that were going to have my back, and unfortunately, you weren't one of those people. So I wasn't going to be fake. I wasn't gonna, I was straight up like you most likely if you won HOH, I was going to be one of your noms. So out of your respect, when I respected when you said that when you said you came up during the live and said I'm going to be honest, I voted for you. Well, I appreciate the honesty, but at the same time, my honesty is that you were probably going to nominate me if you won HOH, and that was my whole game set up. Where Chris had his back against the wall and he had to win those vetoes, like in order to save himself over and over again. I feel like I didn't have to do that every time I was on the block. I felt like I was safe. I didn't think I was going to go home. And I think you would also have been a vote against me. So I just couldn't keep you in the game. I had to get you out. All respect, though.
that actually wouldn't that articulate a flaw in your game that you didn't really reach out for social throughout the whole pre-jury phase? It was me who kind of reached out to you and
Yeah,
never really got it.
yeah. I mean, we didn't. I didn't. There was a few people I didn't reach out with. I didn't reach out to you, and I didn't reach out to Chris M. I was aligned with a majority of your house, so I didn't necessarily want to go against any promises or anything I was making. And you didn't reach out to me. I didn't reach out to you. I just felt like it was a mutual thing. I understand that's not really great gameplay early on, but I feel like I tend to turn it up during the jury phase. That could have been a flaw in my game where I didn't reach out to you earlier, but unfortunately you were the first jury boot, so I didn't have
Well,
enough time to
we'll
go
see
through a
how
lot.
those fruits bear out for the final vote. Chris,
Yeah.
do you have anything to say? Like it could be anything. I have no question or comments.
I really enjoyed talking with you. One of my tough votes was I did have to vote you out, and I hated having to do it, but you're up against, people that I was just a little bit closer to. But I really did enjoy our conversations, and I'm very thankful for that. And I hope that we get to play again together in another game and establish a more solid relationship at the beginning of the game instead of like midway or partway through the game, and go from there. Thanks so much for playing with me, though. I really appreciated it.
Thank you too, and good luck to both of you.
Thank you, Laurel. Next up is John A. Please come on camera, unmute your mic, and ask your questions or give a statement.
So, if my voice cracked, I'm going through being sick. Congratulations to the both of you. I would say I'm so shocked that both of you are here, but I am not. I'm kind of more so on the fact, do I vote the way of a person that didn't snake me, didn't owe me any like loyalty, no? Or do I vote for the person who I feel like is just a comp beast and worked his way through this whole fucking game as a fucking boss? I'm a very loyal person, and that's the way I typically vote. But Chris, I have to give like my like hat to you, because like even though like when you weren't in danger, you still won the veto, even when you didn't need to ask Michael. I feel like you were somewhat safe on our team. Given that I really didn't talk to too much people on our team, I don't think that many of us would have put you up besides myself. I want to be very clear. When I renommed you, I was praying from the bottom of my ass cheeks you got voted out because I knew once the house split, you would be trouble. But no, too many people on our team was too loyal to Michael, which bit me in the fucking end. I just woke up, so I don't know who I'm gonna vote for, but good luck to the both of you. But I will say, Michael, for snaking me, dishonor to you, dishonor to your family, dishonor to your bloodline. Good luck to the both of you. Also, shout out to
Thank
Tiny.
you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks,
Manny.
Nay.
Next up is Manny. You have the floor.
Hello, folks. Um, you know, I guess I'm really happy to see you guys at the end. I'm not gonna lie, 'cause our alliance kind of stuck it through a lot of this bullshit, and I honestly don't know what I'm gonna do. So I guess the only question I could, mm, I'll just ask like the both of you the same thing. I'll just ask you guys outside of the coming soon in our group crew, were there any other alliances with three members that I might not know about?
Chris, you could go
Um,
first.
all
Go ahead.
right. I honestly don't remember if I told you or not. I think I was open that I was working with the girls on my team, but I did have an alliance with Paige, Angela, and Corinne. It was the Feral Kitties. We did have an alliance on there, so that's the other alliance I had, and then I have the alliance with you and Angela, and then the Coming Soon alliance, and those are the only three alliances I had in the game.
So I actually did not have any other alliances. My 100% loyalty was to the Coming Soon Alliance, but I did have a connection, I would say, with Johnny, your Laurel, and Jazz. And I think towards the end, Angela and I were at least starting to talk more. But aside from that, no, there is no other alliances. I wanted to stay loyal to our group.
Well, good luck, fellas. I'm glad that Chris you represent Team Battle. I'm like still representing Battle. Yeah, okay, that's all I got. But good luck, guys. Good luck.
Thank you,
Thanks
Manny.
so much, Manny.
Next,
Thanks, Manny.
I think this is the only time I can say this because I feel like everybody needs to have this person in their life. Next up is Jazzy Jazz. You have the floor.
Oh my God, is it finally my turn?
Yeah.
Oh my God, hi. So I love both of y'all, obviously. And I would have loved to be sitting next to anyone here, but this is not about me, it's about y'all. And stop it. Anyways, I don't have a whole lot to say because I think I just figured out too late that there was nothing I could do to tear you guys apart, and that like there was no getting out of y'all being here together. But Chris, you ate the comps up. I'm proud of you, and you deserve your flowers. And Michael, we're survivors together, so I'm proud of you too. But I do have a question, and it's kind of a lame one, but I don't care. Is there anything in the game that you would change? And if so, why? please don't say there's nothing you would change. Because I don't want you to say that. I want you to change something. Anyone can go first. I don't care.
I'll go first. I mean, with the game, I worked very, very, very closely with Angela, and I really feel like she deserved a spot in the final two. And if there's something that I would change, if I would have won the final HOH, I told Chris I wouldn't have, but I probably would have brought Angela to the final two.
Shot to the heart. I think for myself, I would have pushed harder during the round that Ashley left. It was so difficult to there was 4 of us voting that round, I believe, and I couldn't get enough people to come onto my side and to vote with her, or to vote with me to keep her. So I probably would have pushed a lot harder for her to stay. So that would have been one thing I think I would have changed, just to push a little bit harder.
Thank you so much, Jazz. Next but not least, definitely deserve her flowers. I'm just stunned at the amazingness that this player has created since she's been playing in our series. Like, Angela, girl, you have the floor.
Okay, sorry, I'm just waking up myself. Took a little nap and overslept. Okay, congratulations to you both. Michael, you know I love you 2 pieces. Chris, we talked more in the beginning of the game than we did the last of the game. Once you voted for me, I kind of turned I knew it was you. My question for y'all both is, if you could switch places with anybody in the jury, 2 different finalists, who would you pick?
I'm sorry, could you repeat that for me?
I said if you could switch places to have two totally different final 2 players, who would you pick?
I'll go first. If I could pick 2 players to put in the final 2, like I said, I think the strongest voting block post jury was me, you, and Manny. So I would give my spots to you and Manny, Angela.
For me, I would 100% put you in there, Angela. You were a freaking beast, and that's why I was pushing so hard for you to go. I knew if you would be at the end, you would definitely have a very strong chance in winning. And I think the other person that I would put into the finale with you would be Janae. I think she played a really well-rounded game, and she had no fucks to give or any sorries to give, and she just played hard. And I think she definitely deserved to be here as well.
All right, thank you. Good luck to both of you.
Thank you. All right, so I have a question from Ashley, and this is for the finalists. She says, question for both of you. Chris, you'll go first. Congratulations on making it to the final 2. You both played an amazing game. What was your biggest struggle this game, and how did you overcome it?
I think my biggest struggle was, like I kind of mentioned in my original or my opening, was when I lost her and Davey back to back. I think losing those 2 in particular really kind of put my back against the wall. I still had my alliance with Michael and with Manny, but yeah, I think if anybody outside of that alliance would have won, it would have been really difficult for me to stay in the game. So I'm very thankful for Michael and Manny for saving my butt a few times when they won HOH. But yeah, I think that would be my answer.
Michael?
I think my biggest struggle in the game was because in the early game we lost so many teams to Mika people going into the jury phase. We definitely had to kick it up in the gear. As I said before, we were way down in numbers. Even Mika was going in there, the was going in down. Like, what is going on? But that was the biggest kind of evening things out, getting rid of the people that I didn't feel were on my side. And then once I got rid of those people that I didn't feel like were rocking with me, that's when we were able to forget the team dynamic and play both ways.
All right, thank you. All right, next up is from Paige. She says, BB is a social game. So tell me something you learned about me from this game. If nothing, tell me what I do for a living. Michael, you're up first.
All right, so me and Paige talked about comps a lot after we just she was always confused. So don't give homegirl a puzzle, okay? Because she was so confused every time she did a puzzle, and that's what we mostly talked about comps.
If I'm going to be 100% honest, Paige was one of the few people that I did not connect with. Probably where this question is stemming from. But yeah, I'm not going to be fake about it. She was definitely one of the people that I just had no relationship with. So no idea where she works. And all I know is that she was very not happy with me that I voted her out. So there you go.
All right, thank you. Give me one moment. All right, we were waiting on a jury member. Be patient, just give me one more minute, y'all. All right, so Chris B, go ahead and do your closing speech, and then Michael will do his closing speech.
Yeah, I think I kind of said everything I mostly really needed to say. I'm just really thankful for this game. It definitely got me out of my comfort zone with all these powers and trying to navigate that. And it was really cool to reestablish some relationships with individuals that I typically am not on the same side as. Davey, you and I have been on opposing sides before. Michael, you and I have been on opposing sides before. And Manny, you know, you and I have not always seen eye to eye. So it was fun to kind of get on the same page. I'm there. And Johnny, you were a blast to connect with. And I definitely hope to play in another game with you. Laurel, we definitely had some really great conversations. I enjoyed connecting with you, and I do hope we get to play again as well. Ashley, she's not here right now, but I loved our conversations. It was awesome to get to connect with her. I really appreciated those tough and hard conversations when we were just venting about the lack of consistency with some of the players. Davey, I fucking hated when you left. I hated it a lot. I was really hoping we would make it far together. Jazz, although we didn't formulate anything super concrete, you were such a force. Every time your back was up against the wall too, you fought. And I'm grateful to watch a player to kind of blossom and just kind of crush it towards the end. Angela, damn girl, you were my biggest adversary. I know it was so hard to get rid of you. You were such a social and strategic threat. Definitely by far the toughest person to try and convince others to eliminate. And I'm just very grateful. I hope that all of you guys vote with knowing who played this game through and through and worked his ass off to get to the end. Again, thank you so much. Hosts, great job. Thank you so much. Michael, nothing but love and good luck to you. I have nothing bad to say about you, and I'm very grateful that you decided to work with me, even though you weren't going to take me to the end.
Okay, I assume that means it's my turn. Again, I just want to thank everybody. As I mentioned in the beginning, when I was managing my threat level in the beginning and getting rid of people I don't trust, that was part of my strategy coming into the game. The times that I did win, I got rid of people. I won 3 HOHs. I got rid of Mason on during one of my HOHs. I got rid of Kenny on another one of the HOHs, which was the comp beast. And then the most important one, I believe, was coming into jury when I was the first person not to use the Diamond Power veto. I was the first person to win the HOH and win the Diamond Power veto, close it out, make sure I get rid of somebody. And that ended up being Laurel, which I think was good for my game. That being said, I set myself up with my voting block with a 3, where we made it where no matter what, when I ended up on the block, I ended up on the block twice and only received 2 votes. The second time I was on the block, I was a renom. And I was like the second last person besides Angela that Jazz could renom. Going through everybody in the game, I mean, Paige, Angela, Johnny, obviously Team Tamika. I wasn't playing a straight Tamika game, but I definitely had your back until I couldn't. Johnny, I had your back until it was you versus Angela, and I had a stronger relationship with Angela. Like I said, she was like my number 2 in this game. Well, my number 1. I'm number 1. She's number 2. And then just everybody else, Davey. I definitely advocated for you to be in the Coming Soon Alliance. I remember in the very beginning, we were talking about people and he was not a part of that alliance. I wanted him to be, so I made sure I advocated for him to be in there. It's crazy that he got taken out with that power, but when that power was used, I did win a power that kept myself safe because I also won the 2 power competitions. That was one that kept me safe. During the drag round as well, I was HOH during the drag round, so I didn't have any potential of being dragged. So anytime there was something that was crazy out of my control where I couldn't depend on my numbers, I was safe and I was untouchable. Manny and Angela, again, couldn't have done the game without you guys. Couldn't have done the game with anybody. Definitely relationships were huge in the game, and I hope that everybody appreciates the how I set up my end game. When you look at my end game, I was not in trouble because I had those relationships. I had the votes if I was on the block. I had people in my corner winning comps that weren't going to nominate me or renominate me. And again, when I made it to the final two, if Angela won, I strongly feel that she would have brought me to the end as well. So I did set myself up in that spot. And last shout out was to Miss Jazz, my Miss Block Queen. I really, we didn't really start talking until we were nominated together. I was like, girl, he was looking good on the block or whatever. But definitely we got ourselves out of some situations, and just unfortunately, it was your time to go at that time because I had other people that had my back further. But other than that, just thank everybody. Um, Chris was a huge part of my game as well. I appreciate you. Definitely from the beginning, we were aligned. Everybody called us out. You know, they said we were talking about volleyball. Mr. Chris Mundane was like, "Okay, volleyball, we get best friends." But I do appreciate everybody, and just vote the way that you feel that you should represent the winner of this season. No hard feelings, and good luck.
All right. It is that time. I'm going to call you one at a time to your DR. You're going to be voting for a winner. A BB Fresh Meat 8 Power Shift Tamika versus Valdamien. We have Chris B representing me, and we have Michael representing Tamika. And we finally going to see who wins it. First up to send their vote is Davey. Please come to your DR. Thank you, Davey. Next up is Laurel. Please come to your DR and cast your vote for a winner. Next up, Johnny. Please come to your DR and cast your vote for a winner. Thank you. Next up, Jazzy Jazz. Please come to your DR and cast your vote for a winner. Thank you. Last but not least, Angela. Please come to your DR. Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry, last but not least. Take that back. Manny, please come to your DR and cast your vote for a winner. I'm so sorry. Please don't laugh. I'm so sorry. Not shaking my head.
Funny.
I'm sorry. Forgive me. Thank you. All right, everyone, give me a few moments. Everybody can come on camera, talk among yourselves for just a teeny bit while I get the votes together.
Great job, Chris. Good luck.
Dude, I am not a linguist. This was so hard. I've never done something like this before, so this is crazy. But yeah, definitely good luck. Nay, are you feeling better? Or is it just is it just your voice, or are you still feeling rough?
I was at the emergency room all last night just for them to tell me I have a virus and to give me cough syrup with codeine.
You're lying. They didn't give you a steroid?
No, they gave me a shot for inflammatory, which was great because now I don't have a sore throat. But like they excused me from work, so I can't go to work. But I'm like, I want my money because I used all my sick hours already last week. So I'm kind of irritated.
Did you get sick like at work?
Yeah. So you would think since I went to Vegas, it was from Vegas, but no, a client, when I came back, a client was really sick and he claimed, him and his little girlfriend claimed it was allergies. I'm like, you little fucker. It's not allergies. She's sick. And he ended up getting like me and two of my coworkers.
Have you been out for
others?
have you been out for more than 3 days?
No.
If you're out for more than 3 days, you might be able to file a workers comp thing.
I was out. I didn't come to work. Let me see. Saturday, technically it will be Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. I'll return to work on Tuesday.
Yeah, so it probably wouldn't even be worth it because you wouldn't get paid for the first 3 days. You'd only get paid for Monday, and it's a hassle to put a claim in.
All right, everybody can come on camera. We about to reveal the votes of the winner. I want to say this to everyone. Thank you for such an amazing season. We've been talking about doing this for a while. I think Tamika that had it, so I don't think we would ever probably do another Tamika versus Valdamien again. But I had a blast of hosting all of you guys.
Ever.
And it definitely is going to come down to Tamika versus Valdamien. To my team, and then Tamika can say something to her team. I love my team. Like y'all understood the assignment in pre-jury. Yes, we had some bumps in the road when I wanted to come and strangle you guys through y'all's DR, Manny and Chris B. But that's for the reunion, okay? But y'all held it down. We had the Diamond Power veto through the whole pre-jury stage except for the first round. We dominated. We had some powerhouses. But then Team Tamika came in and said, pump y'all's motherfucking brakes. And they start winning. So mass respect and kudos to everybody because all of you guys definitely came to play in your own different ways. Tamika, anything to say about your players?
Try. Y'all gave me gray hair, and y'all should see me in the project going kaboo crazy, talking about I do not want to host this motherfucking game no more, because y'all were just not getting it, and I was trying to tell y'all, our team is just like one big family, and y'all up here just going crazy. But I love each and every one of y'all. I did. Because I was like, we ain't winning. And yeah, but y'all kicked ass when y'all needed to. And I'm glad two of us were in the end. And no matter what, I'm proud and kind of, yeah, talk at the same time. But love you guys.
All right, we got the votes. We have a winner. And it was supposed to have been 9 votes. So our rules is just simple. If you don't ask a game question or give a game related statement, your vote will not count. So I love you, Chris Mundane, but he did not give a statement. His vote does not count. And he voted, but we didn't have nothing for the final 2. So his vote will not count. Here we go. Good luck to Chris B. Good luck to Michael. Laurel voted for Chris. Paige voted for Michael. We are 1-1. Ashley voted for Chris. Manny voted for Chris. We are 3 Chris, 1 Michael. Angela voted for Michael. Jazz voted for Chris. Janae voted for Michael. And winning, BB Fresh Meat 8. Davey voted for Chris. Congratulations, Chris.
Congrats, Chris.
Oh my
Representing
gosh.
Valdamien. Ah! Congratulations, congrats. Look. Chris B, I love you. Runner up no more, honey.
No way, Jose.
You did that. I am so proud of you. You definitely kicked ass, and you have the floor. Like we did that, Team Valdamien.
my
Oh,
Wow. Thank you guys so much. I definitely came in thinking I'm like, okay, I have a chance, but I'm gonna have to definitely fight for it. Michael is no easy person to beat. So I'm just thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. I really did enjoy this season. Jury members, I fucking love you guys. Like you guys were a lot of fun to play with. There was a lot of hobbies, hard players to play against. So I'm kind of baffled, but just thank you guys so much. I really appreciate it. And I do hope to see a lot of you guys again in future games. Host, thank you so much. Yeah, and thank you. I appreciate it all. Thanks, guys.
I was a hell of redemption from season 3, but Michael, let me tell you guys, Michael is so chill. Like him and Chris B, like nothing rattles them. Like I want to learn that from you guys. But Michael, they did not know how much you a beast was until you started winning shit. Like you were such a chill guy. Like a well-deserving. I would have been happy if you would have won as well. How do you feel? Like I'm gonna give you the floor as well.
I feel good. Chris definitely deserved the win. We played 2 different games. The jury respected what the jury respected, so definitely kudos to him. I mean, when I started the game with Chris, I ended the game with Chris. I couldn't be happier. I mean, I'm just proud.
Well, Chris, you are BB Fresh Meat 8 Power Shift winner. You get a $50 cash prize. You get a movie and a dinner. You will be able to create any comp that you want for our next season. You also will be given a golden ticket if you choose to play in one of our upcoming seasons or give it to any one of your choice. You will be looking out for your DR, so don't leave your DR no time soon. We're going to get all your information from you so you can collect your prizes. Okay. I feel like Michael deserves a little something too as a runner-up. So me and the production team is probably gonna come up with something together because at the end of the day, it still was Tamika versus Valdamien at the end. And I just feel like we should give you something, a contribution for just playing an amazing game as well. Also, before we go into the reunion, because I know some of y'all ready to spill y'all's guts. Season 9 is coming in August. I am looking for new players, but someone for the production team is not going to be here for season 9. So this is the last time y'all will be seeing Tevin on the production team because we are having the revenge of the saboteur. Okay. Replacing Tevin for season 9, if she chooses to accept it, Miss Jazzy Jazz will be coming onto our production team to replace Tevin for season 9. So with that, the reunion is popping. We get to give our inside thoughts on what happened on the rounds with the power competitions, the Diamond Power veto, and the drag. That was so epic that I think it probably reached a new high because not only Louise was in the target of Kenny's, but he didn't see Mason dragging his ass at all because, baby, can we just talk about the fact that the first round, Shanae is here. Shanae, you can unmute your mic because I think this is a good lesson to be learned. When you have a Diamond Power veto in the game and you use the Diamond Power veto against your own team, you know, you could have definitely made a power move and took out one of our biggest combies, because if y'all looked at it, our team was stacked. They were good with puzzles, good with endurance, good with the social department, or just good overall, like just in general. So had Shanae had not used the veto, Diamond veto on Chris, and then replaced him with Louise, and then Marvin still goes. I want to know your thought process on that, Shanae. Is she here? Shanae, you're on mute if you're talking because we can't hear you.
You said you want to know my thought process?
Yes.
I mean, I don't know, like I don't really do Facebook games, so I don't really know anybody that's like in this community. So like everybody's new to me. And I just like Chris, so I took him down.
I was literally like, we was in our production chat. Tamika was fucking going the fuck off, y'all. This was only round one.
And I said round one, didn't know the assignment. And I was saying I said, watch they ass get the Diamond Power veto, and guess what they gonna do? Two of y'all gonna be up. And guess what happened? Two of their asses was up, because guess what happened? They used the veto and knew the assignment. That's why I kept going in there like, y'all don't know an assignment. This is a team versus team. You don't vote, child. Oh yeah, I was in there hot. I'm not gonna lie. I was hot. I'm like, what? How?
The amount of voice clips we got that day from Tamika was hilarious.
Yes, I was hot. I'm like, what are y'all doing? Like, and then guess what happened? After that, it just went kapooly bloop 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 bloop.
No, hold on. I really thought that would have been like the worst moment of the game. But for me, I feel like round two was it, because I grilled my team for that fuck up. We're throwing votes now when y'all got the motherfucking majority. At least Tamika's team was smart enough to place all their votes on one person and just roll the dice and just hoping that the chips fall where they may. My team, Chris B. My team, Chris Monday. Yeah, it was both Chris's this round. Oh, and let's not forget Manny last. Oh, I'm just gonna be shady. I'm just gonna throw a shade vote. Like, what the fuck? And it was Melissa. And I'm like,
and I'm in there talking about, girl, what you can't be mad because the last round we fucked up. We're gonna bomb the fuck up. So don't be mad. That's when I was mad. I said, don't be mad.
If I don't call that house, if I don't call that team meeting, Melissa doesn't go home.
That right?
Yeah, we heard all about the team meeting.
And that's another thing I was pissed off about. Y'all telling the other team y'all had meeting and shit. They weren't giving y'all no info. Can y'all tell me what info y'all gave y'all? Can y'all tell me what did they tell y'all on Team Val? What they tell y'all? Did y'all get any info? Michael, Angela.
I had all the info.
Come on.
I just didn't share the info. I just didn't share the info with my team, but I had the info.
And I'm like, y'all giving up info about your team. They ain't giving two shit. Not giving y'all nothing, not a crime, not a penny, not a if y'all not even a water if y'all was on fire.
No.
Like majority of Tamika's team players on her team wanted to work with somebody on our team, which was smart. You know, you had Angela and Paige. Well, Angela, who was with some of the strongest players of the game. And then I'm like, okay, you're doing something. But baby, Tamika was flipping her wig every round, y'all. Like it just
no, because Val, if it wasn't for me telling them to go talk to Team Val, because I'm like, it's a team versus team thing, right? If they went HOH, they voted somebody on your side and your side on that, and they wasn't talking to nobody. So I'm like, get to talking to people. But I ain't mean getting to talking and getting to loving. Yeah. I mean, just to make sure y'all straight.
Y'all was loyal until it came down to fucking votes, because some of y'all was just shady to the motherfucker. I ain't gonna call everybody out, okay? Because some of y'all was not owning up to what y'all was doing, but hey, that ain't none of my business. But we're gonna talk about the ultimate rivalry that I have ever seen in our series in a long time. Now, when I call your names, you know what I'm talking about, okay? Kenny, Louise, Chris B, Davey. Okay, am I missing anybody? Who am I missing? Mason is part of that. Somehow he got pulled into that. Where did it start from? Because from the outside looking in, from my perspective, Kenny had some of y'all spooked, and y'all kept calling him a comp beast. And I'm like, if you're gonna be a comp beast, you gotta at least win at least two, you know.
Like, where did comp beast come from? Like, where, how? He only won one. And where, how? Like, y'all really, my nigga really had y'all scared. My dude had y'all scared over there. Like, I'm like, he didn't do nothing. Why y'all keep coming after him? Only person that was really, really good, which y'all should have came after, was Angela, and she's a beast. Like, and I'm like, and she's a winner. And Paige is a winner. And y'all wasn't coming after none of the winners. And y'all letting them slide on. I said, okay, let's just slide on them in there then. Cause what? Why? Why y'all coming after Kenny? Like, Kenny wasn't doing nothing. He was like, I can't win nothing. He couldn't win nothing. I think that was the most. I think I was most pissed off at that.
Right.
I'm like, Kenny don't do nothing. I mean, he talked.
I feel like with that much intensity in the game, like people's personalities are just already different. You know, you got some of those who is like rah 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 in your face, and you got some of those that just like real chilled and laid back. And some people just approach things differently. You know what I'm saying? Because me, if y'all play with me, y'all know, if y'all had seen me play or y'all had a chance of playing with me, y'all know how I am. Like, I'm like Kenny. I just know I'm calling you out, and we're gonna handle business that way. But I wish Louise was here. But then in the grand scheme of things, I'm kind of glad he's not here. We was going through a lot of stuff behind the scenes, you know, and I always try to make sure I be respectful. But it was just some things that was happening that I wasn't just cool with. So that just remains the same with all that. But can we talk about the drag? Because I want to talk about the drag. Can we talk about the drag? Because I want to talk about the drag. Because I want to say this, Mason. We done had some iconic drags in our series. We had Crystal that dragged Constance. We had Gianna that dragged Bill. Who else got dragged? No, from season 2 when Sharon got dragged.
Oh yeah, Sharon. Yeah.
She got dragged. Okay. So I wanted to say this, Mason. Louise did not think you were going to drag him. You and Kenny were on the block. And you and Kenny was on the block together. And I think the veto wasn't used. Am I correct with that? Right. So the veto wasn't used, the norm stayed the same. So he was more concerned like that Kenny was going to drag him than you were. Like, he did not expect you to drag him. Because in his DRs, he just kept coming to his DR like, well, he wanted to evict Kenny, but evicted Kenny, he knew for a fact he was getting dragged, like 1000%. But he was like, okay, we have to evict Mason because at least I know with Mason, he's not going to drag me.
You thought it.
He
You
really
thought it.
legit really thought that. Like that was his
You
thought
thought it.
process in his DR. And I'm sitting up here like, even we didn't know as production team to like the very last moment, because like I said, when I revealed it, like Mason literally just sent in the name like right before the deadline. We didn't know which way he was going. But Louise was pretty sure like he wasn't going anywhere.
You thought it. and that's where a lot of that shit came after that, Chris. That's where a lot of that shit came after that. That's where, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't think none of that was game. None of that against me was game. And shit was personal because of what I did to him. I make example. I told y'all I was gonna get him out, and you were hot about it. And then you protected. Go ahead, Val, before I cuss somebody out.
I was actually it was Mason who had the floor because I was going to ask him what was his thought process.
My bad.
So that round, I knew I was going home. Like there was no way of saving myself. And Louise did come to me and was like, "I think I'm gonna evict Kenny because I don't think you'll drag me." And I was like, "Okay, that's fair." And so literally, I talked to Kenny and I talked to Paige, and I think I put a poll up in our team chat. I can't remember, but
Yes, you did. It was
Paige was like, vote for drag somebody that's gonna vote for you, and I'm like, what are you fucking talking about? Everybody's voting for me. So, and then I was just like, you know what? Like I waited for the deadline. I thought about it all day, and I was like, fuck it, I'm dragging Louise. So that's where that came from. After me and Kenny talked, I did it for Kenny.
Bye.
But I'm still gonna drag you by the neck, Mason, because you know what you did too. Why the hell? Why the
Well,
hell?
I know what she's about to say.
Why? Why would you give Chris M the fucking power? Why? Why? And not nobody on your team. Why? And when you did that, I was like, you know what? See, I'm done. I'm done. I went in the production team cussing. Like I'm done. What? Why? I'm like, why? And then they gonna use it. And guess what he did? He used it on somebody on our team. I'm like, duh. Like my team.
Sorry, but Chris was like
I ain't gonna lie. My team was ass.
Say it again, Jamaica.
My team was ass.
You did tell us that on day one.
Was like, yeah, I knew it on day one. I'm like, no, ass.
Yeah,
oh my God, can you give me a reason why on that one?
Chris was the only one over there talking game with me. Nobody else on that side was talking game with me. Me and Chris B talked a little bit, but it wasn't like much game there. But you know, there was kind of a connection with me and Chris B. I should have gave it to Kenny, but I was just messy as fuck and I was mad, so I just threw it over to Chris M.
Yeah, and then he used it on our team. Yeah, good call.
But in a way, in the grand scheme of things, it kind of backfired because the round that he used it on Paige ended up still staying. That was the round Crystal went.
Right.
So it really didn't matter who he gave it to. Like that round when it was used, like Paige was able. And speaking of Paige staying that round, Manny, Jazz, and Davey. Yeah.
Thank you.
Y'all three.
Baby, if that one,
so I'm sitting here and I'm really pissed off because I'm like, okay, if one player flipped a vote, I can understand, right? One. Yeah. Fucking three.
Yeah, and I was shocked because I was like, I said, yeah, they might could get one vote. I said, because she came in there pissed too. She was in the production team pissed too. I said, but calm it down. Cause she ain't gonna turn Jazz or Chris B for sure. Not gonna vote that way. And I'm like, you're good. And then when the votes came in, I'm like, hallelujah. I wish it wasn't Crystal, but goddamn, hallelujah.
No, that wasn't a hallelujah moment. That was just like,
that was a hallelujah for me.
what
I'm
the
like,
fuck?
shit. I'm like, that's what I'm talking about.
Listen,
we're all putting work in on that vote. That was a
I
tough one.
I voted Crystal out because I was getting more energy from Paige at that point in time. And Team Val was pissing me off, not gonna lie. And I'm gonna stand on that. So I kept Paige because I wanted to, and Crystal wouldn't give me the same energy Paige was giving me. So
Right.
And another thing, I was like, why they didn't go like people like Jazz who really wasn't in nothing? I'm like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, why didn't they go reach out to Jazz? Why didn't they go reach out to L'Oreal? Because L'Oreal really wasn't into nobody. They could have grabbed L'Oreal, grabbed Jazz. Kenny already had Ashley, but she wasn't. She was Team Val all the way. I ain't gonna even lie. Even no matter what she was gonna do, she was gonna do Team Val. Period. No matter what. And I like that. I wasn't mad at that. I was like, that's what I'm talking about. I wish my team was like that.
I feel like if you look at the grand scheme of things, only one person winning this game, and it was only so far team loyalty was gonna take you.
Right.
So at some point, you gotta go with the other team and do something so that they won't fuck with you.
Right.
And you're covered on all sides. But y'all was not fucking with me, putting me up on the block every round. Fuck y'all.
Yeah, Lorella Crispy. Yeah. We're gonna get to that because
hey, I got my payback. She put me up too. So
that's one thing I will say. Everybody that put me on the block went home except for Chris B. So
hey.
True.
Kenny, did you have something you wanted to say? Y'all seen that you had your hand up.
I had my hand in helping Jazz flip on that vote.
He did. Kenny was like an icon to me. Like every time he said something, I was laughing, cackling, and then we talked, and I was like, period.
Oh gosh, my heart broke when Kenny went home. Oh my gosh. Because first it was Shanae, then it was Kenny, and I was like, oh no, I can't trust nobody on the fucking team. I was like, Kenny's the last person I can trust on my team. And he left. I was like, oh. And then I got treated like public enemy number one because that's how I vote those fuckers off. They weren't Team Tamika. And when I said that shit is, oh, Nate's a traitor.
She was definitely mad. Yeah, she was definitely mad. She was definitely mad. I had to try to. She was getting me mad because how mad she was, and how she was talking about fuck time, Team Tamika. I'm going. Everybody on Team Val is good, and da da da. I'm like, girl, shut the fuck up with that bullshit.
Dude,
I don't want.
You can't be mad at me. You can't be mad at me because how many of those fuckers were working with people from Team Val?
You can be mad at me. Yeah, she was like, you can be mad at me. I said, but bitch, no, we not doing this.
Tamika knows how loyal I am till the end.
Yeah.
Even though I wanted to vote for Chris, I still voted for Michael because I'm not fucking loyal. But let me tell you something. I owe that chance. Way that 4 people were up and I was gonna flip that vote. Oh, y'all better be thankful to Kenny because somebody from fucking Tamika's team would have went home if it wasn't for Kenny's ass. Y'all would have went home. Y'all would have went home. I wouldn't have cared. Kenny, you should let me vote at their ass. That's all I got to say. Grand scheme. I'm looking at the end of the game. You should let me vote for one of their ass. So.
And my beef is, let's just be real. I don't hold my tongue. There's a line on these applications that says people I don't want to play with. If you're not ready, if you're gonna say my name, understand there's nothing but smoke behind it. So on that line on the application, put my name there because I'm going to stand up for what I believe in. I'm not gonna just lay down. Every time y'all had a chance to put me up, you did, and I said something because what was I really winning? What effect was I really having on the game?
I mean, did you not just hear Janae saying you helped steer her into a different direction? I mean, the reason why you went up, Kenny, was because one, you were going after Davy, and Davy was my number one. And you called that out, and you were exactly right. 100% you were right. But I wasn't going to spell that right in the middle of the game. There was no reason for me to do that. So that is the reason why you went up. There was nothing personal. It was a 100% game. You were already blowing up me and Davey. And like, that's why.
Please, let's not do that. Let's not do that, lie, because you were nowhere on my radar, sir. The only person left over there I was fucked up about was Davey. Now,
right, and Davey was my number one, man. There was no reason.
Here's the thing. I said, Davey, you would have been okay, sir. I don't give a damn who your number one was. I don't care about none of that.
Well, I do. That's where we see differently. And that's fine that you want to just get loud and mad at me. That's fine. But like the fact of the matter is, I don't care. I was chill with you every time you were yelling at me and getting frustrated, cussing me out. I didn't care. I'm chill, man. I have no problem with you. You were going after Davey, and Davey was my number one. And if you, that's the problem.
It stuck with me,
that's the problem. It can be smoke or drop. Put. I didn't know who you were. I didn't have the chance to put your name on the line of this app. I've never played with you before, and I have no problem with you now. It's just the fact of the matter is, you were going after my alliance member, and I had the power to get you on the block. That's what happened. And you got. I'm sorry. Like, just deal with it.
You had to use you couldn't do it head up. You had to use secret.
And I did, buddy. And I did. And your ass went home. So like, that's the problem. Like, feel free to get mad, but you were smoking, bro. You were literally saying, everybody that put me on the block, I'm going home. Well, look who won, man. Look who won. You were coming after me so hard, bitching and complaining that everybody needs to come after me.
All your lap dogs was in the fucking jury. All your lap dogs was in the jury. All your lap
and that's why your ass went home before jury. Get over it. You lost.
I'm not him.
You're still commenting on posts saying, I have no respect for Chris. The only person I respect is Michael and Angela.
Right.
I don't care.
I'm going to stand on it.
That's fine. That is fine. But I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I'm not going to like stand up for my alliance member. Like, I'm sorry that I got you before you got me. Like, it is what it is.
All right, y'all got that off y'all's chest.
Hell no, I wasn't done. But go ahead. I got part 2 coming up because somebody else on this I want to talk to.
Oh, okay. Y'all crazy, but I still love you guys. All right, so we done talked about a little bit of the pre-jurors. Corinne's not here. Kenny's here. Kenny, let's talk about your eviction, because when I had you come in season 6, I was like, damn, like I really want to see him play more. So when I asked you to come, when Tamika asked you to come back for this season, I'm like, fuck yeah, we get to see Kenny play or whatever. What was your, we're not gonna go like into details or whatever, but what was your experience like the time that you was here, and how did you feel when you got evicted? Because I remember that was the round where we had 3 final nominees, right? Because you were the 3rd nominee.
Yep.
Okay. And then you stayed over Janae and who was the other? Corinne?
I survived like 3 evictions before that, I think.
Yeah, you did. You survived against Mason, Danny, and then I think you were the HOH when, and I can't remember. You was HOH when Paige went home. Not Paige, Crystal went. Okay.
Okay. So coming into this house, I seen where I knew I needed to be the leader on Team Tamika. I didn't take the hint. I didn't take the reins early enough. I thought I had enough good players on my team where I didn't have to be that person. But after the first eviction, when we evicted our own player, I came to my DR and I said, what the fuck are we playing? Did anybody pay attention to the rules? Because we just sent our own person home. And from there, I'm like, okay, Kenny, you gotta put your big boy pants on and show these people how to play the fucking game. So after calling the house meeting and maneuvering that so Melissa goes home, I knew I was in good standing with my team. I knew they looked up to me. But on the other side, I felt like I had too many that knew who I was and what I would do. Like the first person, when I seen Manny, I was like, oh shit. And what we had in that game that will not be brought up, I didn't know how he felt about me after that. Now, somewhere in the game, I forgot where, but he did come to me and we talked about, I think I won HOH. He knew he wasn't going up, but I knew that I had Ashley over there who I played with in that game with Manny. So I knew he knew if I would have that connection over there. So I didn't know where I was on his talent table at. I know he would keep me for a little bit, but once he see I'm moving towards Ashley, I knew he would get me. But my eviction, I seen it coming. I knew I was on borrowed time already. But it's just, oh man. It hurts. Because what did I was the first one to win a power competition for our team. It sucks, man, because now that I'm going back and thinking about it, like I should have done what I started to do after my first survival and switch. No one switched. I really thought about switching. That's why it took me like an hour. And Tamika was like, why it taking you an hour to decide? You don't want to be here. I was like,
that sounded just like
and I was like, go on over there, child. You're gonna be ain't like they gonna kick your ass over there.
And I was like, you know what? I can't leave Johnny over here by her fucking self. She's already going crazy.
Because there were some fucking snakes, man. And it pissed me off your eviction because you most definitely could have stayed, especially with that power. And I told you, and I told my diary room, I said, if he doesn't use his fucking power and he goes home, I'm going to be so fucking mad.
Today, I got to tell you the truth. Okay.
You fucking lie. And if that's the case, oh well. But still, you left me with these fucking people.
Because I needed you. I felt like that was the only way I could have got you to vote with the team on that other vote.
Why? I really didn't talk to Angela or Corian like that. I did not care if they really went home. No offense. I got tired of being told I wasn't a team player. Like the vote wasn't like fucking 11-2 against fucking Manny. And then the fucking excuses that team made why they voted him. Shout out for Paige being a real ass bitch. Well, I like Louise more, so I voted Louise. Thank you. But to the people talking about, oh, I didn't know it was a team game at this point. Y'all didn't see the fucking flyers? Y'all didn't see the group name? Like, y'all gonna use that as a fucking excuse? Like, do I look stupid to you? Like,
true. And I'm like, we both was like, yeah, we was. I think me and Johnny was in there tag teaming on there, and then I'm like, Johnny, calm down, and then she started going crazy. That would
you can ask Tamika, and you can ask Val. I'm a real ass bitch. I hate liars. You do not have to lie. You could have been like Paige. I like Louise more. I'm sorry, I voted for Manny. Like, I get at the end of the day, like Jazz said, only one person can win, but the problem with Team Tamika, they were worried about themselves from the beginning. From the beginning, they were playing the individual game from the fucking beginning. It wasn't, okay, let's get us all this far and then separate. No, it's I'm in myself mode. I need to get me far and fuck the rest of my team. But once I call it out, I get told I'm not a team player. Like I voted Manny out or some shit. Thank Kenny. Thank Kenny, because I was trying to vote one of y'all asses out. And I most definitely was a fucking swing vote. Oh, I'm sorry.
It's crazy that you were even called not a team player when the first fucking round wasn't Marvin on Team Tamika, and his vote was 15-2 or some shit.
Bitch, listen, ask Tamika.
That's why we were mad. That's why we were mad.
It was 14-2, but yeah.
Like,
girl, Jasmine, when I tell you these motherfuckers talking about they didn't know it was a team game. That's why they voted Manny.
Yeah. About he was a beast. I'm like, that's what we need.
Stop saying my name. Hold on.
Marvin, Janae, not Manny.
Marvin.
Well,
I'm like, Marvin. I'm like,
Marvin, Manny. Okay, well, yeah, because I would have voted out Manny. I would have kept Marvin. Sorry, Marvin. Don't look that way. Don't. Let me put down my noodles.
I've never voted you though. I never voted you, John. I actually
No. Okay, let me put down my noodles because now I'm about to get irritated. How much did you know I wanted to protect Chris and Jazz? Wait. What did Chris say? What did Chris say? What did Chris say to Kenny? It wasn't the problem that you weren't coming after me. It was a problem you were coming after my number one. That was my problem.
Why do I look? I told this to Val, all right? I did what I had to do to keep myself in the game the longest. I knew that if I was on the block against any of your people, my ass would have went home. So I did what I had to do.
I can't disagree because I worked more with your side than my side, so I can't disagree with that. Because like Kenny said, he had to lie about a power for me not to vote my own team. Because you're not about to sit here, tell me I'm not a team player, then bring up my parenting skills and me not do shit to you. Jazz know I am very fucking petty. So does Tamika. That's why Tamika and Val told me to calm down my diary. Because, oh no, I was about to be real fucking petty. All those votes, better ask Tamika. I was like, I don't care who's against who. If I have a chance to vote one of these bitches up, I don't care who they against. I'm voting them out. Oh no. But here come Kenny. No, let's not do that. Let's all try to make it hard.
I made that mistake too many times. Playing Val's game, coming in here like, man, this is my friend. They're gonna keep me safe. You know, I ain't gotta watch my back. I'm gonna just go with the flow. Like,
I be wanting to come and hurt you sometimes. I don't understand your process of thinking sometimes.
I didn't see the block one time until I went home. I didn't see the block one time until I went home. I feel like I did a good job with talking to both teams to the point where I didn't get nominated. So I did what I was supposed to do. I made it pretty far, so I'm happy with what I did. But that's the only reason why. I had the process in my mind. I mean, I wasn't like going around telling everybody all the stuff I was doing, but I think I did pretty good. I think I did better in this game socially than I did. The last two times I played Valdamien, they fucking took my ass out early, so I have to change some stuff around.
Placements from both.
You want to talk about getting out early? The last game I played of theirs, I was second boot. Anonymously, I was second boot thanks to Sandy's ass. That's why Sandy had to go. Okay, Sandy had to go.
And Sandy basically quit.
Man, we don't talk about that person here. But yeah, so we have jury stage. We ain't gonna drag this on forever, but what did y'all think about the jury twist that we had? We had the purge, we had the creative round, we had Val's Hell Week, you picked. Amazing. Stage 3 for me was my favorite.
I think the youth pick was fun.
All the rounds, but pissing me off.
Yeah, the you pick was crazy.
All around was pissing me off. Johnny, yeah, you could have won.
No, it wasn't even about me winning. It's even about me winning. Let me tell you
I
something.
think
I was
they
like,
would
okay,
have picked you for
Davey
the
won.
primetime
Davey won.
commentator.
Let me go see what Davey did. That shit was ass.
My favorite was Val's Helby. Nobody picked HOH, and I'm like, the fuck, we in jury, and all y'all decided y'all wanted to be nominees. Like,
And I'm like, what? Nobody.
I said no thanks.
Needs to be HOH. Come on.
Nobody picked HOH.
Like,
I'm over
I
here.
like to have my vote, so that's why I didn't pick HOH or veto because I like having a vote.
I knew I had that power. That's why I didn't pick HOH. I thought the vote would be more important.
I was like, nobody picked HOH.
And then John A stole the show.
He said John A stole the show.
I didn't focus.
I think
I didn't focus.
Win, I think my team was going. If we win
What's crazy though is I don't think John A was going home that round. So I can't remember what was happening. But you weren't the. I don't think you were the vote.
Let me tell. No, I was not the vote, but I was protecting two other people over there somewhere, and I heard one person's name, and I was just like, "Fuck, I'm gonna have to use this power because Chris Moudet most definitely would have won in that fucking vote, and I couldn't have that. So I'm sorry." And Davey, I love Davey. Davey played minis like I do on Twitter, but Davey's problem was I had a better connection with Michael because in my mind that is okay. You have to protect Michael, and y'all both some comp pieces. One of y'all gotta go. In my head, well, Tamika versus Val. No, we're no longer on teams. But at the end of the day, who am I trust more? Should have probably trust Davey more. Should have probably trust fucking Davey more. But hey, hindsight 5150. Hey, probably should have kept Davey.
I will say this though, that was probably one of the biggest moves I have seen single-handedly in a long time. Like Davey is not just your average player. This motherfucker can do it all. And that's why he was the creative king. He won this is the second time he won it in that category.
He shouldn't have won it this season. I'm just saying.
So you making that move definitely made your radar went from a little bit to more because they seen it now that you were really playing the game, John A. So
that was Davey's fault. When he basically said he will choose Michael over me, that was his fault. Okay.
That was a humongous move, though, John A. I think that was probably the biggest move of the season.
Yeah. Yeah, Ashley was a good move, but taking Davey out with that sole vote was just an icing on the cake.
I was thinking she was gonna do Could Be, and I'm like, Could Be or Ashley, them are two big moves. Like
Ashley got put up thanks because
when she said Ashley, I was like, what?
I thank Manny for that. Ashley got put up because Manny was just like, if you're trying to keep Jazz safe, the best bet is to put Ashley up over Jazz, who's so Jazz can stay. And I was like, you know what? Okay. And I put Jazz up. I was like, barely talked to her.
And then she tried to get mad because she got
Chris
put up.
B and Manny, I don't know which one is messy. I don't understand. I wish we did awards tonight because both of y'all would have been tied. If it wasn't the vote, it was y'all throwing your own teammate under the bus to get benefit what y'all want, which is cool because at the end of the day, y'all playing your own individual game. But I want to talk to Laurel. What y'all don't know about Laurel is that he is just a naturally happy person. And I hosted Laurel back in season 4. And that was the last time he played an online game like this. He was a runner-up. And I was like, Laurel, you want to come back and play? And every time he seems to come play my game, he either playing in the live game or he just got done playing or on his way to go play into one. So it's always like been bad timing with us as far as that. But fun fact, Laurel was on vacation during the first drag double eviction. He was on a full-blown vacation. This motherfucker did not even touch the fucking block. His name was not even brought up. Like he was golden. Like he was on a vacation, hunty. And I was really scared for him. Like nobody seemed to understand this. Then nobody seen Laurel around. No, and his name was being mentioned, but it wasn't mentioned to the point of being like on anybody's radar. Laurel.
Right.
I was so concerned. Like I was like, oh my
But I
god.
right. I didn't understand my team either not trying to get Laurel and Jazz and Crystal. I'm like, them the people that ain't nobody talking to. Get them,
Well,
grab them.
it's so I tried playing a very different game, and I felt so disconnected through the whole game. Like no one wanted. I was like, I am a lone wolf.
Talk to you.
Add me to your alliance, please. I can be a resource. Let me in into your group, and I got shut out by every single one. I just had relationships with one-on-ones, but I was never in an alliance. Like, ah. So during that, it was a drag vote too. I was like, I'm gonna get out of the drama because I knew my vacation was coming up. And I think like I've got the vote before, but I wanted to keep like people who would get dragged ahead of me. And I didn't want to like purposely win so people could like think I'm like a huge threat. So I was like, okay, let me like, lower my threat shield and I can like, float on by. And that's what happened. But yeah, this game was interesting. Congrats, Crispy. And like my word of advice to Michael once again, it's like make more bonds socially with other people. That's it.
Oh my gosh. It was some definitely fun moments in this game. And I had a blast of hosting everyone. And it's always amazing to see returnees come back to play in our crazy ass series with my fucked up mind because y'all, all the twisted turns were my doing. So but yeah, that's definitely has been it's been an amazing journey. Chris, we now have 3 men on our winners wall. So welcome to our winners wall. We will be hitting you up in your DR momentarily. Tevin is going to put your post up on our game page. Tamika is going to make you a post on the org winners wall. So you will get that as well. We have season 9 coming mid-August. So if you know anybody that is new to the org community that wants to play the Revenge of the Saboteur, apps will be open soon. And I'm excited. Tevin, you have anything you want to say since this is going to be your last season until season 10?
I don't. It's just been a blast. Um, Seeing some of you play for the first time, seeing some of you play for the second time, seeing some of you play for the third time. It's definitely been a blast. And hey, maybe one of you will be here next season as well. Who knows?
Tamika.
I had a blast. Even though I think I just got more gray hair than the Lord allows. Um, I'm stressing out. Oh my God, I love y'all guys, but yes, I was stressed at home. I'm like, we're not doing another vow versus whatever, unless you're doing like our team versus the world or something like that. Otherwise, we ain't doing no more vow versus because this was a headache. And and I love each and every one of you guys. Thank you for accepting our invite. Um, Christy, congratulations for winning BB Fresh Me. Michael,
Trash.
thank you for representing Team Tanika to the fullest, being you, being real, getting your connection. Um, and I thank everybody else for just coming and showing up, playing, just being you, and hopefully y'all again in the near future.
Well, I just want to say I won. Well, Chris, we won. I mean, my team, we did that shit. I just want to say to my team, first off, I love you guys. I picked you guys for a reason. And y'all represented me so well, even with the mistakes or whatever y'all were doing, being shady and sneaky and throwing votes and causing chaos. Um, I love you guys. Tamika's team, it was never a dull moment on y'all's team. Y'all can definitely tell that y'all was doing y'all's own thing. But what remains the same is that y'all all stuck with the team that you started out with. Nobody strayed away, even though they thought about it or they wanted to. No one did it. So I appreciate you for that. Michael, as the runner up, amazing comeback from the last time you played in our series. I have nothing but mass respect for you. And tell Nick I know where to get some cute socks in the toddler section for him. Okay. I love you, Michael. Chris, I know being a runner up in competitions put lit a fire up in your ass and you let people know that you are not to be fucked with. It put some respect on your name at the same damn time. You had a cool demeanor. You always knew when to make a move that benefited your alliance and what got you to the end. Thank you so much. Like, you are a blast to host. I never have any issues with you. Never. Like, it's just amazing. So congratulations again. I love you. To everybody who participated, our judges for the creative round, thank you again. And as always, Tulu, and it is a wrap, y'all. This game is over. Reunion is a wrap.
It's
Thanks,
about damn
everybody.
time.
Say bye, everybody. Bye bye.
Bye.